students, welcome to the next lecture of breathing and exchange of gases, and we are discussing about the respiratory tract. The next organ of respiratory tract is, this is respiratory tract, and we had discussed about external layers, nasal cavity and nasal chamber. Now the next organ is larynx. Here, larynx is the next organ of respiratory tract. We know that the nasal chambers open into internal nares, and internal nares open into the nasopharynx, and nasopharynx in laryngopharynx, and next one is larynx. This is only the passage. So here the internal nares opens into nasopharynx. This nasopharynx opens into laryngopharynx. We know that the pharynx is divided into three parts: nasopharynx, oropharynx and laryngopharynx, and this laryngopharynx opens into larynx. So here we are going to discuss about the larynx. This larynx is generally known as voice box, or it is also known as Adam's apple. This is voice box or Adam's apple. Its size is slightly larger in males. Clear? So its size is larger in males, and it is about 2.5 centimeter in length, and in females it is slightly smaller. So slightly smaller in females. In case of males, at the time of puberty or at the time of adolescence, this Adam's apple becomes more large, due to which the voice of males becomes very thick. Clear? Now the larynx is basically surrounded by 4 types of cartilages. It means it has 4 types of cartilages. So the cartilages present in larynx are: first one is thyroid cartilage. And it is 1 in number and biggest cartilage. It is biggest cartilage present in the larynx. Second one is cricoid cartilage. This is also 1 in number, and third one is arytenoid cartilage, and these cartilages are 2 in number, and these are the smallest cartilages. So the 4 important cartilages are: 1 thyroid cartilage, 1 cricoid cartilage, and 2 arytenoid cartilage. So here 1 plus 1 plus 2 are 4. Clear? We are discussing about these cartilages. Clear? I'm sorry. This is a piece of paper, and I have written the name of 3 cartilages here. This is the red colored thyroid cartilage, which is eye-shaped cartilage, and it is the longest or the largest or the biggest cartilage. Secondly, the blue line at the bottom, that is cricoid cartilage, and these 2 triangular shaped cartilages are the arytenoid cartilages, and these are present like this. Here at the front, the thyroid cartilage is seen. This is the thyroid cartilage, at the bottom the ring-like structure. Na? The cricoid cartilage forms a ring-like structure at the bottom part. So this is the ring-like structure at the bottom part, which is formed by cricoid cartilage, and the upper part, the longest or the broadest part, that is the thyroid cartilage, and at the back side, two triangular shaped cartilages are present. Both of these are the arytenoid cartilages. So this is the larynx. Suppose this is the larynx. This is the larynx part, and this is the position of these cartilages. Clear? Now the thyroid cartilages supports front side, lower side and upper side because it is eye shaped. So the thyroid cartilage supports front, upper and lower side. Here it supports front side, upper side and lower side of the larynx. Clear? So the thyroid cartilage, as it is eye shaped and it is the biggest cartilage, and it supports the larynx at front side, upper side and lower side. The cricoid cartilage supports the larynx only at lower side, and the arytenoid cartilages are the triangular shaped cartilages which supports the larynx at back side. So these are the triangular shaped cartilages, and supports the larynx at back side only. So these are the four important cartilages which surrounds the larynx. Clear? Nextly, we are going to study the structure of larynx or the transverse section of larynx. So next one is, firstly, we are knowing about the structure of thyroid cartilage. Suppose this is the thyroid cartilage. This is the thyroid cartilage. And this part is called as glottis. Clear? Here the glottis part is there, and here a bilobed structure that is called as epiglottis is present. This is the thyroid cartilage. This one is epiglottis. And what is the function of this epiglottis? The function of epiglottis to shut down the glottis when we swallowing the food. ठीक है, जब हम फूड को स्वेलो करते हैं तो फूड हमारी ट्रैकिया में या विंड पाइप में ना चला जाए, इसके लिए ये एपिग्लॉटिस ग्लॉटिस पार्ट को शट डाउन कर देता है. ग्लॉटिस इज द पार्ट विच ओपन्स इनटू द ट्रैकिया और विंड पाइप. ठीक है, तो उसको ये क्या करेगा, शट डाउन करेगा ताकि हमारा फूड जो है वो इसमें नहीं जाए. और यहाँ से जो लोअर साइड है, लोअर साइड पे कौन है, क्राइकॉइड कार्टिलेज. दिस इज द eye shaped cartilage. So here it is the thyroid cartilage. Now we are going to discuss about the transverse section of larynx. Suppose this is the transverse section of larynx, and we know that the vocal cords are present in the larynx. That's why it is called as voice box. So here two flap like structures are present, and these flap like structures are called as vocal cords. So this is the transverse section of larynx, and these are the vocal cords. These vocal cords are responsible for producing sound, and this part is called as glottis. Now, how the sound is produced by vocal cords? Clear? Two vocal cords are present at both the sides of the larynx. Here these vocal cords are made up of elastic and fibrous structure, and it is lined with stratified squamous epithelial tissues. Clear? This larynx is lined with stratified squamous epithelial tissues. So this is made up of elastic fibers. And the wall of larynx is lined by stratified squamous epithelium tissues. Clear? So it is lined by the epithelium tissues. Now, how the vocal cords produce sound? Now, the size of, as we know that the size of vocal cords is larger in males in comparison to females. Now, that's why the males are having thick voice. Now, during inhalation, when we inhale, then the vocal cords gets relaxed and the glottis becomes wide. Yeah, what will happen during inhalation? When we inhale, what will happen? Vocal cords relax. Clear? These vocal cord gets relaxed and glottis becomes wide. The glottis becomes wide during inhalation. Clear? And during exhalation, what will happen? During exhalation, the vocal cords contract. Here, the vocal cords contract and glottis becomes narrow. Clear? So these are the changes when we inhale and exhale the air. Then these changes will take place in the position of vocal cords and glottis, and this will create the vibration in the vocal cords. ठीक है? I'm sorry. जब हम इनहेल करेंगे तो यहाँ पे जैसे ही एयर आएगी, ठीक है, ग्लॉटिस में क्या आएगी? एयर. ड्यू टू दिस एयर द वोकल कॉर्ड्स रिलैक्स. ठीक है, वोकल कॉर्ड्स रिलैक्स होंगे और वोकल कॉर्ड्स के रिलैक्स होने के बाद जो ग्लॉटिस है इट बिकम्स वाइड ना. वोकल कॉर्ड्स रिलैक्स होंगे तो ग्लॉटिस क्या होगा? वाइड हो जाएगा. एंड एट द नेक्स्ट मोमेंट व्हेन वी एक्सहेल, ठीक है, उस टाइम पे क्या होगा? वोकल कॉर्ड्स जो है वो कॉन्ट्रैक्ट होंगे और ग्लॉटिस बिकम्स नैरो. ड्यू टू दिस मूवमेंट ऑफ एयर, ड्यू टू दिस इनहेलेशन एंड एक्सहेलेशन ऑफ एयर, द वोकल कॉर्ड्स gets vibrated. Clear? So the vocal cords vibrated and these vibrations causes sound. Clear? So this is the process of producing sound by the help of vocal cords. So these vocal cords does not play any important role in the process of respiration because these are the sound producing organs. They are the voice boxes, but the inhalation and exhalation of air produces the sound. So this is all about the structure of larynx and about the vocal cords. In our next lecture, we will discuss about the structure of trachea. The next important respiratory tract is trachea. So in next lecture, we will discuss about the trachea. Thank you very much.